Could you show us the ring if you have it by chance?
Oh yeah, it's. Give me a second.
And
Oh wow! Wow!
really cool too. But I'm going to show you these Legos too. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I like the banner you got in the background there. The old Wyverns jersey too. It's early over here. My brain's not working yet.
For us, it's actually time for us to sleep. But
I know. Yeah. Sorry about that. I appreciate
you're our 형님, so we could wait till 4 a.m. in the morning. So
Okay, Dongsang. If I tell you to wait, then you have to, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
한 번만 봐달라고 그래.
Life is great. I think the biggest thing for me is my time with my family. You know, when we're busy playing baseball and, you know, obviously my family living across the globe, that became really tough at the end with young boys. But now I get to help coach their baseball teams and I get to see my wife a lot. You know, like I said, drop my kids off at school and be a bigger part of their life. And I still get to be involved in baseball just at the amateur level. And these are all kids that their dream is to play in the major leagues or go to the US for college. So I get kind of the best of both worlds. I'm with my family, but I also get the baseball side of it too.
what about your son? How's Somek, right?
Yeah. So Nash he's great. He's very academic. He likes reading. He hasn't been a huge baseball fan until this year. He is playing, and I think he likes like being in the dugout and chewing sunflower seeds and bubble gum, and like he's got a walkout song. I'm not sure how much like the baseball he actually loves, but he likes being with the guys there, so that's great. And then my younger son is 6 now, and here at that level they set up like a pitching machine that just shoots the balls at him, and he likes doing that. Maybe he'll want to become a baseball player one day.
Oh. Do they all know about that? Like how you played, what your record was, like all that?
Long time ago, father was like this.
Yeah. As I've helped coach their baseball teams, the players on the team figure out that I used to play baseball. And so now Nash will come back to me and say, "Is it true that you played for the Dodgers?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, like one of my teammates said that." They kind of know, but they don't really ask too much about it. And I don't talk about it too much. So, one day as they get older, I'd like to bring them back and show them what our life was like over there. Because obviously that was a huge part of my life, but that was a really big part of their early life too.
If you do come to Korea, especially Incheon, and come to the field, they're gonna look you, differently, like a different dad. Like, oh, really? My dad was like this popular.
This is me.
They're gonna get
Son. This is me.
That might be a little embarrassing for me, but they, my sons have my sense of humor, like, in English, self-deprecating, like we like to make fun. So both of my boys are always making fun of me. So they don't let me believe that I was very good at baseball.
If you do come back to the Landers, we believe you'll still play good. You'll still hit home runs.
So if I had a contract that allowed me to play like maximum 3 days a week, I think I could do it. I remember towards the end, it was, if I could just be the DH, that would be nice. But, talking about guys that are still playing, I'll still text with Chaejung every now and then. And it's super impressive. Like he's still doing it. He's playing great. It just feels like he's played forever, and he keeps producing. So it's very impressive to watch. I'll still watch the Landers highlights on YouTube. I drop off my kids, I have a coffee, I'll put it on YouTube and just watch. And so if I see that he's playing well, I might just shoot him a text and say, like, "You look good. It's impressive." And he'll ask about my family, and I'll send him some pictures. And same with Hanyu Sum as well. Those are two guys that I played with for all the 5 years I was there, right? They were there in the beginning, and we played together that whole time. Yeah, it could be family stuff, baseball related, but I enjoy still watching the highlights and seeing how those guys are doing.
We want you to come back to Korea and beat Chejong in ping pong table tennis.
I haven't played. It's been a while since I've played ping pong, but I think I would still beat him. Just need to sharpen my skills a little bit. I've seen Heredia has been amazing as a foreign hitter there for many years, right? So
Yeah,
he's been.
Have you talked to him after, leaving the Landers? Did you give him some advice or anything?
No, there was a gap between me and him. I think it went to Crone. Kevin Crone was right after me. Just watching his career, I don't think he really needed any advice. He seems to get along well with the players and, has embraced Korean culture and is playing really well. So I'm glad I didn't give him any advice. I might have messed him up.
Park Sung-han was doing really good.
Yeah, I saw he was hitting 400 for
400.
the first month of the season or even more. He was doing really well. And he was a very young player in my last 2 years there, that you could see he was just starting to break through and kind of solidify himself as the starting shortstop. Yeah, I always appreciated him as he was very professional, worked hard, was quiet. So he's having a great career. He's doing really well.
Was there any player that stood out to you, since you mentioned that you watch a lot of highlights for Landers? Was there
So I'm going to mention, sorry to Landers fans, but KT's young slugger, when I was watching the WBC and he as a home run hitter, I appreciate, he's pretty good.
When you came to Korea from Japan, did you know you were gonna be successful in Wyverns and Landers?
Couple things. When I was in Japan, I had a really good spring training. And then I was our player of the game, the first game of the season. And then my next 3 days were not great. And then I was in the minor leagues. It happened like that. I would get hot in the minor leagues and they would bring me back up, but kind of part-time player, pinch hitter. Then they'd send me down. Then I would get hot in the minor leagues. Then this happened 4 times. I was making the adjustment in Japan, but there was no more opportunity there. I knew that. And so I just felt like when Korea called for me to come over, if I just had a more window of an opportunity, that I could have a lot of success. As I started to get it, I got really hot. And I think I had 10 homers in my first month. That was enough to make me believe that there's something here. The other part was, at the time he was the GM, but then became my Kandokni manager, Yum. The first time I ever met him, it was in Seoul. We were getting ready to play Doosan. I just got there. He told me, he said, just remember the feeling you have today, the excitement. It's the feeling of opportunity. If you keep that feeling, you can play here for a long time. But if you lose that feeling, it won't work. Because I think what happens with some foreign guys, once they have some success, they can become a little too comfortable and they forget we are very replaceable. You can't forget that. And that really drove me. I thought that his advice was really good and it stuck with me. And it's advice that I've shared, that same advice with players I coach. Because I believe that the pressure to perform as a foreign player is healthy. It's good for you. And I think that the Korean players should be reminded of that too. And so you just have to be reminded that there's other players, they're hungry to take your job and that you have to put your best foot forward every day.
Oh.
By the middle of my second year and definitely in year 3, when I would come out to stretch before the game and you look up in the crowd and you see a lot of fans wearing your jersey, that's another feeling of accountability. These people they've paid money to come watch you play. They didn't come to watch 70% of you or 50% of you. They came to watch the best version of you. And I think that you owe that to them too. So I think that was another part of it that kind of motivated me over the years. If you ever felt a little sluggish or tired, there's a lot of people supporting you, but you have to give them the best that you can do that day.
I feel like you're you're coaching us, you're teaching us not just baseball but life. And
Sorry, I didn't. That's not what that wasn't my intention. I just I did. I'm just telling stories about things that I learned over there, and all that stuff helped me as a player too. I'm sure the fans remember Trey very fondly, but he doesn't, like, he deserves a ton of credit for what he did. And he's a very special, not just manager, but person. He was really good to all of us, both the Korean players, the foreign players. He helped me a lot. He taught me a lot about, how to handle myself as a foreigner there, and how to have patience with, adjusting to new baseball and new culture and all that. So I owe Trey a lot for the success that I was able to have there. Being able to speak directly to the manager was so important. As a foreign guy, when you have a Korean manager, there's some distance there. It can be difficult with understanding their expectations for you. To be able to speak directly to Trey was an enormous help to me. Now, in saying that, I played that year in Japan before I came to Korea, and I just felt like there was the Japanese players here and there was the foreign players. Like, the gap was enormous, and it didn't feel like real comfortable. It felt kind of cold. And so I really made a point when I went to Korea to basically tell my translators, every year, just stay away from me. Like, let me talk to the Korean players. Let me get close to them on my own. Let me learn the language, because if I'm going to be here for a long time, the only way I'm going to feel comfortable is if I feel like I'm actually on the team. And so I kind of took the approach of, instead of gravitating to the foreign guys, I gravitated more to the Korean players, tried to become part of their culture and team. And I think that helped a lot for me, but I also think that helped them accept me quicker. EJ1 was the captain when I was there for a period of time, having, team dinners, having the older player dinners, and including me in that, going out and trying some different Korean food with Chaejung and Hanyu Sum. And actually at one point, Hanyu Sum had me over to his house for dinner. His wife prepared like amazing traditional Korean food. That stuff meant a lot, for sure. Team dinners and getting to go out with just certain teammates from time to time, I really enjoyed that stuff. And then ultimately winning the Korean series with that group of guys that, I had been with for those 2 years, and Trey Hillman as manager, like, that was super special. And
Oh, wow.
I think this is it. Yeah.
nice. Oh wow.
Wow. It's young.
Yeah. So it was like, every year they had pictures from all the years that I was there.
Wow. Legendary year.
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Very nice.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Oh, what's that? Is that you?
That's the King Mac Baguette Burger.
King Maker. Oh, 메가더. 로메가더.
Yeah. And then that was when I got the Tip O'Neill Award, which the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame gives to the top Canadian player every year. So that was really cool too. But I'm going to show you these Legos too. These are my sons.
맞아.
레고.
So this is what my kids remember. Like, yeah, this is their favorite part.
So nice. This. Why do you put in the closet?
You should display it outside.
Oh, I just leave that there for them, and sometimes they'll say, "Hey, Dad, let me see your trophies," and then I'll bring them out.
Could you show us the ring if you have it by chance?
Oh yeah,
Give me a second here.
Oh,
okay. It's up top there. I'd have to get my. I can't get it right now.
if I were you, I would wear it every day.
Wear it every day. I don't want to lose it. That would be bad.
I feel like it's more important than your wedding ring.
Yeah, don't tell my wife that. Yeah.
We wanted to ask you, who was the toughest pitcher that you faced in the league?
Yang Hyun-jun, he was from Kia. Really good fastball, like deceptive fastball. And he just made me feel like there was a really small area in the strike zone that I could hit off of him.
If you could say it, who was the easiest pitcher that you faced?
So, okay, I'll just tell you a story. My first year when I faced EJ Hawk, so he has that really good changeup, and he only would throw 2 pitches: fastball, changeup, fastball, changeup. The first year I faced him, I struggled. The next year, I said, I don't care how stupid I look. If he throws a good changeup, I'll just swing and miss. I don't care. And so it worked, and you could tell he was getting confused by what I was doing. And then kind of on accident, he threw a couple bad changeups and I hit a home run. I think seriously, that season, I think I went like 11 for 14 against him with a bunch of home runs. So the next season, both SK and NC are doing spring training in Arizona. And we play them one day. And I'm walking out of the field, and all I feel is like this tap on my shoulder, and I look back, and it's EJ Hawk. He brought a translator over, and he just, what's going on? You figured out like what's the answer, sort of thing. And so I just laughed about it. And that was then 2019, and I still had 3 more years left there. So I was just like, I'm just lucky, I don't know, sort of thing. But I continued to have success against him after. I know in 2020, I had a 2-homer game against him. Yeah, I know he was frustrated by it, but I that actually helped me a lot as a hitter. I started to think about, like, if this works against him, it will work against other guys too. And it made me even more committed to hitting the fastball, and not being afraid of swinging and missing and looking foolish. So I'm not saying he was an easy pitcher. It just worked out that I made an adjustment. It worked, and I had a lot of success against him.
So, as from my research, I heard you love kimchi jjigae the most. Do you still eat kimchi jjigae or any other Korean food in Canada, or?
I do. I miss Korean food, and I don't know if it was knowing that I was going to talk to you guys today, but yesterday I had a couple hours in the middle of the day, and I went and got some jampon. So yeah, I had some mandu and some jampon. Every time I see Merrill Kelly, which is usually once or twice a year, we'll see each other, we'll go grab Korean barbecue for sure. There's a good sized Korean community here where I live in London, Ontario. And so there's Korean restaurants that I can grab some food every now and then. And I'll go to an Asian supermarket and get a thing of kimchi. So I try to eat it as much as I can.
I mean, you stayed in Korea for 5 years. Your taste should be like Korean.
I was really lucky that when I got there and I first tried the food, that I liked it. I couldn't get enough kimchi. I was always asking for more kimchi. They would just bring me big plates of kimchi.
So a lot of fans want you to come back and then enjoy some, Korean food with the people, with, Chojung or Hanyu-sung, and do a, actual official retirement.
Yeah, that would be obviously, like, that's up to the team to do something like that. But they did something internally for my last game in the clubhouse, and they put together a really nice book that had pictures of my career there. And they put together like a little going away party for me to meet with some of the fans. But I will say this, I felt bad in my last game where it just ended, and then I was off the field, and that was it. It didn't feel like I really got, a formal goodbye to the fans. And I've always wanted them to know how much we as a family and myself as a player appreciated how great they were to us. I actually, on my son's team, there's a Korean kid, I've chatted with him a little bit, and his mom, they're from Daegu, and they just moved. Yeah, they're Samsung fans, but we'll still talk to them. It's okay. But it reminded me of how, welcoming the Korean fans and how good they were to our family. So I think more than anything, we just want to make sure that they know that and that we appreciated them.
This season, they actually lost straight games, 12 games in a row, and they are actually in the ninth, like the bottom place right now. As a legend of the Landers, could you say some advice?
The COVID year, 2020, was a tough year for us. I think the biggest thing is they can't lose their team culture, like the team color. When you have the younger players coming up and you're trying to teach them the culture of the Landers. And I'm not saying it's okay to have a bad year. I'm just saying that you can't let a bad year turn into 2 bad years, turn into 3 bad years, and then all of a sudden the organization loses its luster. So I think that they just have to make sure that they stay together and raise the young players well, and make sure that they bounce back as quickly as possible.
So if you could write a short message, something to the fans, it'd be great.
As I said earlier, I just want the SSG fans and SK fans to know how much they meant to the Romac family, for the support over the years, for all the people that wore my jersey or followed us to away games, or bought me a coffee, or my kid a little shirt, or whatever it might be. That made our experience what it was, and it motivated me to perform better. And it wasn't something that I took lightly. Like I really, really wanted to do my best for them. And I just really appreciate being embraced, and it made our experience really what it was, which was awesome. So I want to make sure that they know that there's a lot of sincere appreciation. 진짜 감사합니다. And I hope to see you guys again someday.
감사합니다.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.